Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Christopher Marc here, and welcome to the Christopher Marc Show. I am here with LaShia, right?
Oh my gosh, you gonna start this recording over?
I'm messing it. I'm messing it up.
Oh my gosh, you done got my name wrong. We just started the recording.
What?
That's
You know what? I
crazy.
pronounced it wrong.
You know what, I get that a lot. I'm not even gonna lie because my first name is Kaisha, and my middle name is LaShia, and that's what I go by when I'm
Hmm.
doing my show and everything. So people sometimes combine the two, like like
Yeah,
it's Captain Planet, like by our powers combined. Like no, like it's Kaisha and then there's LaShia. Kaisha is the government name.
Kaisha. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. But it's
All
fine.
right.
So just for the sake of everything, just call me Lala.
Lala. All right. I'm just gonna have you introduce yourself. All right, because I don't want to mess it up. I feel like I'm messing it up. I don't want to mess it up. So, hey y'all. Uh, can you tell everybody your full name and what do you do?
What's up, everyone? My name is LaShia. I am a singer songwriter and also the host of Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. I also am doing a segment called In My Opinion by Think Different TV's LaShia on It's Yours Radio, which is on Live 97.5 FM in Salisbury, Maryland. Or you can check it out at www.live975.com. It's hosted by my bros Donnie O and Beck, and it's every Sunday between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. But my segment is at 5:15. But I encourage you to listen to the whole show because they play some dope music and they have some interesting conversations. And I'm also a massage therapist. So a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on.
So, how long have you been a massage therapist?
Whew. So it's been almost a decade of me doing massage, and I'm kind of like iffy on that because here's the thing with the pandemic and everything. I don't know if that time still count, but I did still have to renew my license, so I think that time counts. They still wanted my 125, even though we couldn't massage nobody. So yeah, and it's been an interesting road. I went to Cortiva Institute here in Philly. I did the 6 month joint because I was trying to be in and out. You know, I wasn't trying to be in there all day. And passed the MBLEX first try because I know how to keep stuff in my head to take the test. But I'm not gonna lie, after the test was taken and I passed, that stuff just went it flew out of my head. So when people be like, "Yeah, what do you suggest I do for my rhomboids and this, that, and that?" I'm like, "Yeah, rhyme what?" Just talk regular. What do I do about my back problems? I don't know. Take an ibuprofen. Come back for another massage. You're like, why do you want all these extra stuff? You know, but yeah, I've been doing it for a while now, long enough to know that I should be at my what is it? What is it called? My burnout phase. But luckily, we did have that pandemic, so it gave my hands a rest.
You know, I understand. I um I used to do massage for like what it was like 17 years, and then I was just like, I'm good. I done
Oh,
all
so
the
you don't even
parties,
dance?
huh?
uh, uh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
No, it's like I did it for so long. I did all the parties. I did all the you know ran a business for years. Like had a studio, all that stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I'm done. Like I wanna teach people how to work smarter, not harder. Even massage therapists,
Hmm.
because it's like you once you get into the industry, you just get this high off of healing people, right?
Absolutely.
And then you get addicted to it, not, being like, oh, I'll do this for whatever, it doesn't matter, or whatever you're getting, paid for, you really should be making way more than that,
Hmm.
but because of the transformation you're providing, but you're not. And so that's why I like want to like really, even though I work with artists and other types of people like coaches and stuff like that, I love helping like really the massage therapists where they can like learn a routine and something where they can still help people but actually make a real decent living being a therapist.
Yeah, I mean, you get addicted to your detriment. Like, you get burnt out faster because you want to help everybody. You see somebody walking down the street with a hunchback, and you're like, oh, if I could
Hmm.
just put my hands right there, because I know where it is, and I know the pecs open her up. You be thinking about all that stuff just watching somebody walk down the street. And real quick, I want to shout out the Black Lotus here in Philly, which is at 206 Lincoln Drive, because Miss Cassandra, man, a lot of my gigs came through her as well. She set up a lot of retreats and a lot of chair massage events. And just to be part of that circle, I mean, she has yoga, people that do yoga, people that do, she does sound therapy.
Mm,
Yeah, exactly.
that's powerful.
What's another? Is a guy that does, he does readings. I mean, it's a whole lot of different things coming together, and it's a holistic type of retreat. And they go on hikes, and I mean, it's amazing. And because she said, you know what, I want to do something different. I want to have a network of holistic healers come together and do these different retreats and provide a service to people that they didn't even know. Some people didn't even know that they needed massage or yoga or some of these things, and when they get it, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I know one young lady, she does reflexology. I'm trying to see what that feel like. Like every time we be working at the same time, so I never get a chance to get my reflexology done. But we gonna work that out. We're gonna work that out one day. So
No, I understand. I think that's the beauty of once you're in this world, you actually just get so immersed into it,
mm-hmm.
and you learn all the aspects of it, and then you look at it like, man, like I wish that I knew what I knew now back then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like if I knew that, then I would know like, okay, um, I would have been able to really keep doing it a lot longer, and I think that's really the thing that I look at.
And
Like,
I think now more
yeah,
than ever, we have a strong network. Um,
yeah,
as long as we had a union, and that's something that's been tossed around a few times, because we go to these places, we work at these spas, and they rarely offer health care or anything like that. That's a whole nother topic entirely.
no, no, that's
It
like,
angers me that we do not have, uh some owners, they aren't even required to provide us with health care. That's how
mhm.
crazy it is. But we're putting our bodies on the line to heal other people. So you would think, let's make sure that they have health care. Let's make sure that they're able to have benefits. And there's none of that. We don't get, um well, some places offer paid days off if you work a certain amount of hours, then it builds up and you're able to get time off, paid time off. um I know from personal experience that a lot of people places don't even offer maternity leave
Mm-hmm.
because I was pregnant with child, doing massage all the way up until what, my 8th month,
Mm.
and there was no, oh, go ahead, I take your maternity leave, and you still get paid. Nah. In fact, it was so bad. I saved up to take care of a couple of months, but I had to go back to work in January, and I had my son in October.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the crazy thing about this world, and just massage therapists also not having a union to do what they need to do. Um, Shout out to Britt because that's how we connected.
Brittany, I love you. You know that. So,
Yes,
you know, that's my girl. That's my
love her
girl.
too.
Yeah,
Um,
she is a breath of fresh air. That's what I would describe her as. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. I think it's just like, and I think that was one thing, reason why I started this community that I have where I work with a lot of different people. And the goal of it is really to create a support system because we don't have it. Like, even for artists, for massage therapists, for coaches, for, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing in place to create some type of support where, okay, I have a business, or I'm working for this company. Okay, where do I go to get the things that I may need? Because I'm going to need it anyway. Or having things in place to where if I can't work anymore, what do I do? And this is why I'm saying, like, these things are very, very important. But I want to get back to, so you do think different TV. Am I saying it correctly?
yes, you are.
All right, I don't want to get cussed out like I did in the beginning. So I'm just trying to, like, I want to get clear. Okay, so okay, and then you sing.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Love to
pause this for like 5 seconds. Why, when people mention that you sing, you get this look on your face like, oh no?
Here's the thing. So when I was really passionate about getting on the stage and everything like that, just not connecting with the right people, not having the right people in my circle, and that kind of made me shy away from the scene for a while.
Mm,
I got pregnant with my son when I was 28, so it was like way down the line. I started singing, and dang, I'm telling my age. Ooh. But I started singing it at open
just cut it in
mics.
half. What you do is you cut it in half. So it's like,
Well, I can't hide it anymore. The grade.
that's
So
wisdom. That's wisdom, girl. You know what I mean? You know
it
something.
is. It really
You know
is.
something. That's revealing. But good.
I wish I had that wisdom back then, but um, let's see. When I started hitting the open mic scene, shout out to Just Words at Dallas Palace on Gordon and Thompson. Used to go there every Thursday night. When I was 17 years old, I actually celebrated my 18th birthday there, my 21st birthday there. It was a good time, and I did a lot of singing, and I mean paying what is it, cover charge to get in there.
Mm,
I think one time I did a feature there and got paid.
mm,
Uh, but I just love doing music. I just love hitting the stage and singing and everything like that. I had my son, and then everything kind of slowed down. I was way heavier. I gained like 60 pounds during my pregnancy, so I didn't feel as confident to hit
mm.
the stage. So I just fell back. But in 2017, I remember I was like, I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna stop being scared. I'm gonna hit the stage again. I started doing shows at Warm Daddies. Warm Daddies ain't even here no more. Sheesh, we lost a
I
lot of
know. I
artists.
know.
Um, did a show there, and when I was getting off the stage, people was like, "Oh my gosh, you got an album?" Oh my, and I was like, "No, I don't." So that was March of 2017. I had hit up my friend E and was like, shout out to Emmanuel Taylor. He's part of New Jack Kings with DJ Kimo. Um, he was my manager, the Savvy Arts Talents, and I said I want to do an album, and he said, "Word." He's like, "When you trying to drop this album?" And I said, "Oh, in July." Like, this is March.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dropping in July. But we had to be done by June
Mm-hmm.
to get the paperwork in, get the copyrights in, get everything registered. So by the time we drop it in July, all the paperwork would be taken care of and everything would. Man, I was in the studio every week, every Friday. I would go out there. I wrote every song on my album. My album was called A.I.R Music, A.I.R Music.
Mm-hmm.
It's on all streaming platforms. Came out July 1st, 2017. I just wanted to play with numbers. I was like 7117. That's when I'm gonna come out with my album. And he was like, "You really serious about that?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm very, very serious." So one of my singles was "Unstoppable,"
Mm.
and it says, "In all you do, you will succeed if you just believe." So that was the one that I wanted to bring out first, and my second one was "Secret Lovers."
Mm-hmm.
So it has kind of like me and Mr. Jones. Well, I say me and Mrs. Jones type of feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
My friend did a me and Mr. Jones. Sharissa, she did me and Mr. Jones. So that's why I be like, but it's the same type of premise.
Right.
And so it's on that type of time where you like your secret lovers, and that was my second single from there. And then from then to now, I've been writing
Right.
definitely,
Right.
and I've gone in the studio and recorded a few things. But here we go, getting back into that funk. So um, I wasn't like diagnosed with depression, but I knew that I was exhibiting signs of it,
Mm-hmm.
and partly it had to do with the pandemic. Partly it had to do with just like everything just coming to a head. Like um, stuff going on in my personal life. Everything is fine now, but I still do every now and then have those symptoms, and it's hard. It be times I'll be like ready to get up, face the world, yeah, let's go. And other times I'll be like, I just want to be in bed today. So it makes it kind of hard for me to just get up and go and do music. But I did go to an open mic last week at Jacobs Northwest here in Philly at 7165 Germantown Avenue. And that joint was popping. All right. And it was on a Thursday night, just like Just Words used to be. And I felt home because they had a live band, and it was just like amazing. The sound was off the charts. They had margaritas going, give me one margarita. I was going crazy. But yeah, so I know I get that little going back to your question, why do I get that little when people mention it? Is because I love doing it, and I still have a passion for it. But as far as making a career out of it and taking it to the next level, I don't have a passion for doing that anymore. If anything, I'm gonna be behind the scenes writing for people, but not actually being an artist that's out there. That makes sense.
It's funny that you say that. Like, so I've put together productions, right? And whenever I did, I was always focused on, putting the artist out at the forefront. And so people would always ask me, they would be like, well, what do you do? They was always like, I know you do, like, how do you know how to do all this other stuff? So then I would like sing a song, and they will be like, "Man, won't you just sing the whole entire time?" And like, da, 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 da. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm like, no, because like this is for the artists, like for them to have that moment of shine and for them to do what they do. Like, I know what I can do, but I also know that like me being able to do it here and there is more fulfilling
Mm-hmm.
than and still being able to help people than to for it to be like, hey, this whole show is about me. Here I am. You know what I mean? Because it's like that's it's kind of like when you're doing it, you want to show the different sides of yourself, and I think that's what it is for me. Like, I don't mind performing. I love performing. I love singing, whether it's theater, whether it's rock, whether it's R&B, jazz, doesn't matter. Like, or even opera. Like, I don't even care what it is. I can kind of just flow
No,
with it.
no opera, honey. Cause listen,
So,
I love yo. I always wanted to do opera. I always wanted to do opera, man. Like Miss Frazier used to, man. That music teacher, she showed me different types of music, and I just gravitated towards opera. I mean, we was doing Fiddler on the Roof. We was doing like the Hallelujah chorus. We was doing a lot of different scores, and so like I was like, yo, this might be my niche, but it just never like panned out. But I
mhm.
always want to do opera. Always want to do opera.
And that's the thing. That's what I love about like when I do shows because it's really. You ever been to like a pretty like an improv show, like where it was like an improv comedy or improv?
Absolutely, absolutely.
This is more like an improv production.
Hmm.
So we still do rehearsals, we still do all that, right?
Hmm.
But it doesn't have the restriction of like once you're on stage, like you can still do your thing. You know what I mean? Like so way I kind of work is like, okay, if I'm let's say for example I'm working with someone,
Hmm.
my main focus is to work with them individually and then have it where it's like they don't know what everyone else is doing. So once they get on stage, it's an not only experience for them, but also the people who are involved as well. And that's what
That's
makes it really cool.
That's so dope. It's like getting an envelope. I remember this one improv exercise. It's like you would get an envelope, and inside that envelope is like a secret that you're hiding from the person you're doing the scene with.
Hmm.
So you have a secret, they have a secret, and that's how you're supposed to act out the scene. So it's like y'all acting out a scene, and maybe y'all at a restaurant, and the guy, uh his secret is he don't have his wallet,
Hmm.
and the girl's secret is that she just won the lottery.
Yeah.
So it's like, how would y'all play out this scene if the waitress brings you the check?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so fun. Like I know people be like, oh no, we have to do like rehearsals like this and like get everybody together. But then I was noticing that I was like, okay, it's really hard to bring everybody together. Schedules is just crazy. And the person is really not like focused.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I want to do it in a way where, okay, here's the layout, here's the structure, but this is where you're going to be at. And then the other person's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, you're going to kind of like, I'm going to be at the forefront. You're going to dance around this person. So then I kind of create that vibe so you know what it is. So when the audience sees it, they're thinking to themselves, oh my God, like it looks like y'all like rehearsed this as a whole, like all laid out production, whatever.
Hmm.
And it's like we went through a couple rehearsals, yes, but it wasn't to the degree where it was like a full out production. But when you look at it, it's literally a full out production. And I think what happens is that unless you're an artist, some people they operate better in structure. But if you're really creating, creativity doesn't operate that way.
That's true. That's true.
So that's where the people get
Some
a little
some
weird.
guys just be like, I do feel like some structure needs to be had.
Mhm.
Um, at least give me like a starting point.
Yeah, 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 like a time frame and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People always, whenever I would put together the production, the guys who were doing like the lights and everything like that, he would be like, "Yo, I love your shows. You'd be having like motorcycles and this and that and da 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 involved with it." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He was like, it's like organized chaos. It's like you could tell there's order to it, but it's like so much going on. He's like, I've seen like people try to do like what you're trying to do, and they mess it up. But it's like the only way you can do something like that is you got to keep people like separate because it allows for the person to be lost in their world.
Exactly. Yep.
And then you get to see like, and then once you see all these other people involved, it makes it so much more easier. But I understand why, the feeling of like, not wanting to be out there because you're like a theatrical singer. Like you're like if you was in theater, oh my god, you would destroy it. Theater?
Speaking of that, I actually did a musical.
You did. Okay, that makes sense
I
now.
did a musical called Awoke the Musical.
Right.
And Brother Train, he was like, yo, I want you to be part of this. It's so funny because two people hit me up about the same thing. And I was like, when I got the first one, I was like, I don't know, I love musicals, Dream Girl and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Am I really like built for doing something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then there I go doubting myself, right? I never doubt yourself. um,
It
because you
happens.
never know what you're capable of doing until you go out there and just like push yourself. Because he hit me up, and then somebody else hit me up, and I was like, this must be something really big. So I was like, you know what? Let me come through and see what y'all got going on. Went to the studio. They said, listen, you're gonna be one of the jurors because Awoke the Musical is about the injustices in the justice system.
Mm-hmm.
So there were different parts. There were the jurors. There was mom one, mom two, a dad, three kids, a bailiff, the judge, and the prosecutor.
Mm.
So the whole thing about it is that the judge is doing the Judge Judy type thing. But she about to retire anyway, so she really don't care about trying any of these cases. You got the prosecutor who's just there pretty much to pick up his check,
Mm.
and he just want to win. He just want to win, and he don't care if the person's guilty or not guilty. He
Right.
just want to win. Then you got the bailiff who is like Uncle Tom, like whatever you need, Miss Boss, like that type of bailiff. And then you got the that's the moms and the dad that's trying to save their sons. One son is accused wrongly,
Mm.
and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You got one that pretty much was doing a crime, but police brutality followed. So he was shot during the exchange, but he was shot in the arm.
Mm.
But they still are trying him. And then there's a transgender person that's part of the cast as well as one of the sons who's transitioning to be a woman. And the father has to deal with that on top of his transgender son now being in the justice system because he's out there in the world, and he feels like people are picking on him because of his gender identity. And it's just a lot. It was just a lot with that musical, but it was so good to see how it all came together. Shout out to Vince Brown, and Brother Train. They did the thing with it. Alan Clark, that's
Wow.
Brother Train's name, and they did their thing. They came together, and Karen Smith, she wrote it, and they put combined all their powers like Captain Planet and decided. I'm gonna use that more than I've been watching a lot of Captain Planet on
No, don't,
YouTube.
no. I was a huge Captain Planet fan. That was my show. So don't even get me started. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah,
Before we had Power Rangers, we had Captain Planet. So
yeah. Captain Planet was it, man.
that was
Yeah, you know what I mean.
yeah. So pretty much it was just amazing to be a part of that cast, and I mean we sang everything, like everything, like from the scoffs to the everything was perfectly timed, and there's actually an album. There's a
Mm.
soundtrack that is going to be released really soon called Awoke the Musical. So I'm excited about that.
So you overall, you have this just like, whether it's your media company, what you're doing, whether it's massage, whether it's you singing when you can. If you had to choose one thing, why are you making this face? If you had to choose one thing, she got to put lip gloss on everything. She got to make it work today. If you had to choose one thing that you could do moving forward, what would it be? Out of massage, what you're doing with your YouTube channel and I Think Different TV, or with singing, which one would you choose? It is. Oh man, good.
When stuff is a labor of love, you want to pick it, but you know it don't pay the bills.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about anything. It's just that, okay, I'm going to choose this one thing. This is it.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with that. I already started creating merch, so
Okay.
I'm already in it.
You're already in it. You already invested.
On the kind of green, to keep, so like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go
Mm. Sure. Sure, we got some time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
You know, so I said, I'm gonna do my own show. And that was funny because my get back was I made sure my show was the same time and day as the podcast that I was no longer on.
You went low, didn't you? You go ahead, girl.
Low.
You go lower? You really supposed to go high, but you went lower. You went to the baritones. Okay, I got you.
Oh man, I'm so mad. But at the same time, I had to go to Instagram, so I was naturally
Yeah.
right? So every Monday I was finding out, I was coming up with topics. Before I even said I'm going to do it, I came up with a whole plan of what I was going to do. I said I'm going to discuss a social topic. I'm going to spotlight an independent artist, and I'm going to share finances. And that was the premise of my show. That was the foundation. Anytime you start anything, you want to have a great foundation.
Yeah.
So I went into this like this is what I'm going to do. What? You don't suspend my show for the week because what? What are you talking about? Like we don't do that. Like, we don't do that. You know. And this last October I decided to do an entire domestic violence. So that is October domestic violence month. So I did a whole series and I was fighting because I said I don't want to do another day
So this is the reason why, you know, whenever like, because one thing I love about building this community is like, I love the fact that, you know, helping people to do their own thing. Like, I think that's the one important thing. It's like, you know, do your own thing. If you get to a place where you're like, hey, I need more support, we'll have it for you. But it's like, do what you can do. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you don't want to be in those situations where you're going underappreciated, or you're feeling like you're being controlled, or you don't have the freedom to express yourself. And a lot of, you know, like I knew for me, like I was never going to be able to work for anyone. I just knew it. I worked at Penn for over 11 years, you know, working in nursing and stuff like that, and doing like, you know, being CNA and doing all other types of work. So I've been around that work environment, and it's like, I know sometimes people be like, oh, well, do it for, you know, you'll make money. And it's like, yeah, but I want to get to a place where I can do what I love, still make money, right? But I'm doing what I love, and I'm actually, and it's fulfilling. I think that those are the three key things that you have to look at in anything that you're trying to pursue, is really just, you know, make sure it's fulfilling, you're making money, and that you're able to do your own thing. Like, and you focus on those things, you'll be all right. But this was a great interview. What do you think? Would you agree? Would you concur?
Totally agree. You know, and being able to connect. Like I just was saying, like we all need to network. We all need to work
Yeah.
together and create a stronger network, because your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
And you never know what opportunities may come out of your network. And it's so funny because I'm part of it, that there's creators, we're all creative passions. And if you're not already in there,
I might not be. No. I understand. I don't know. There would be like, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's going to be someone that's going to be like, ooh, did she really go there? Did she really go there though? Like, oh.
not only in Maryland, but you know, if you go to www.live975.com, it can be heard
all over. Yeah.
all over, and that's amazing to me. Like this is the same radio station that shares a home with the Breakfast Club. So I'm like, look, that's crazy. Now people know my voice, and I'm also promoting my show and building a brand, which is so important. And soon trademarking will have to be done.
Listen, you.
But branding is definitely happening. It's in the works, and you know, and it's also helping build my confidence back up too. Especially, you know, when I go out and I sing, you know, I had something else going on outside of the singing, so I'm like, I'm out here having fun. I'm out here having fun when I'm singing, so it's not that extra weight. Of course, I always get butterflies in my tummy when I'm about to go on stage, but it's not as intense because I can just have fun with it now. I'm not doing it for a living. I'm not doing it to get any accolades. I'm very I know what I'm capable of, and it's definitely building up my confidence. So
You have come so far in everything that you're doing. And I know we haven't just, you know, we just kind of like, we met, but we didn't really get acquainted. But this was, I appreciate you doing what you're doing.
thank you so much for having me on the Christopher Mark show. I
Yeah,
feel
I appreciate you.
so honored.
All right, so so you say Lala?
Yeah, I on the show LaShia.
LaShia.
So yeah,
Okay, so let me make sure I'm pronouncing this right. Okay, so you're gonna go by Lala. Okay, so Lala, thank you for being on the Christopher Mark show.
listen, and you gotta stop by Think Different TV. I would love to have you.
Yeah.
We had some really deep topics. Last week's topic was in relationships, should finances be split 50-50, or should 100% be paid by the higher income earner, regardless of if it's the female or the male in the relationship. Um, and also, I've done, like I said, I did domestic violence series, um, domestic violence in the LGBTQ community, domestic violence against men by females, and also the effects of domestic violence on children. That was like my very recent, like the tail end of October, November. I kicked it off with the finances question, and this week coming up, we're doing choose me over your child. Just a phrase.
Right.
And there's a clip that I'm going to show. I'm just going to get people's opinion about it, but I think it's absolutely insane. As a mother myself, I wish a dude would come into my life and ask me to choose him over my child. Not happening.
Yeah, I always tell people this. I do a lot of coaching for relationships, and you know, just helping people in a holistic way. And it's like I tell people all the time. At the end of the day, you know, if you're dealing with a woman that has a child, you know, because I was raised by a single mother, you got to realize at the end of the day, you're coming second to that. So you either have to have things that that's already your top priority in your life to be able to deal with that situation, because that's just how it's going to go. I think that's the one thing where I will always tell people, like, just, you know, you can have a relationship, it can work. It's just, you know, have realistic expectations, because a lot of times people be like, oh no, that's not true or whatever, but you really just need to have realistic expectations, and I think that's just what it is. So I would love to be on the show. That's something be awesome.
Listen,
Yeah,
Monday,
have me on.
Think Different TV every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. I would love to have have you come by and share your thoughts.
You notice how she remembers everything, y'all? I mean, you know what I mean? I would forget
Oh,
all of that. Um, well, now y'all know where she at, so I'm gonna just end it here. See you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
thank you so much.
All right, peace.